this so we can. Fantastic. Well, welcome to Coffee with Cathy on this snowy February morning. It is a pleasure to be with you as always to bring you all the news and the latest and greatest from the wonderful city of Kaiser, where pride, spirit, and volunteerism is more than a motto. It's our way of life. Today with me is Diane Watson, who is on the Board of Education for Chemeketa Community College, Pastor Jose Dominguez from La Luz de Valle Church and Poder. Really excited about the news from there. And Betty Hart from the Kaiser Fire District and the Kaiser Community Library. Chamber of Commerce wasn't able to join us this morning, but I have a few things to share with you for that. But before we go any further, I want to make sure that Diane has time, because any of us who have been doing this thing called retired, we know what it really means. It means tired again. That means you're doing a whole lot. And Diane, there's no moss that grows under her feet. So Diane, do you want to share with what's going on with Chemeketa? And I'm going to share the screen and let people know what's happening with our wonderful community college.
Well, thank you, Cathy. And it's always a pleasure to talk about Chemeketa Community College. And I want to talk about right now, money, because this is the time of year that if you're going to go to college, whether it's Chemeketa or a four-year institution, you need to get your FAFSA in. It takes a while to process that. And if you haven't already gotten it in, get it in tomorrow. That's really important. Let's go ahead and put the first slide up on financial aid, because there's lots of different kinds of financial assistance available at Chemeketa. And one thing that you may not know about, and if you're a parent out there, you want to make sure that your children know how important grades are. No, it's the one on that's listing Chemeketa scholarships and Pell Grants. That's it. We got it. Well, Chemeketa scholars, if your son or daughter has a 3.5 from high school, they need to apply for the Chemeketa scholars. There are a few other requirements. You need to be in the high school district here to do that, but it's a full tuition scholarship. It's a great deal. And the dates are February 24th to March 7th to apply for this. So it's coming right up. Get your FAFSA in, and then look on the Chemeketa website and get the application in for Chemeketa scholars. It's a great deal. And then Chemeketa has a lot of scholarships through the foundation. And sometimes people don't apply for them because they don't think I'm going to make that. I can't do that. But they have $700,000 worth of scholarships at Chemeketa through our foundation. Please apply, check it out. You may get a lot of money through that. And then, of course, we offer the Pell Grants and fill out the FAFSA, and the Oregon Opportunity Grant is based on financial need, and so is Pell Grant, but the Chemeketa Scholars is not, and some of the scholarships are not based on financial need. And then we have work study, but actually work study, there's only so much money allocated for work study, and that goes away pretty fast. A lot of students really like that. And if you don't get work study, then you need money, loans. And we do offer all kinds of loans there. And then we offer the Oregon Promise. And that's really interesting. If you have a 2-point GPA, when it started out, it was a 2.5, and then they lowered it to a 2-point GPA for the Oregon Promise. And that is a free tuition scholarship. I understand it's open, but it's also somewhat needs-based. People with need will get it before somebody else. And right now, I guess last year they didn't have enough money to serve everybody. But I put this up because I thought it was really interesting. In my news, I got this article that the lawmakers are looking for an expansion of tuition-free community college programs. And one of the things they're thinking of is making it available for graduates that don't want to get started with school right after they finish. A lot of students will say, I want to take a year off. I want to take 3 months off. I've had school too long. So if this went through, they would be able to do it, delayed it for later. And also they were talking about as students who graduated outside the district coming in here later on, as long as they were a citizen of our district, being able to use this. This hasn't passed, but it is interesting that they're looking for different ways to make community college free. The other thing that was put in this is if you were incarcerated and graduated from high school, you could also use this. That's in a proposed bill that hasn't gotten out of committee yet, but I thought it might be interesting. You might want to keep this on your radar. Let's go on to nursing advances. I know I've talked a lot about this, but I'm so proud of this program. Yeah, our RN, registered nurse to Bachelor of Science in Nursing program just received the Higher Education Coordinating Committee approval on February 13th. This means it's moving forward along with 6 Oregon colleges, and the team is led by Shemeketa. It's to help make things more affordable and accessible, and it should be open to students in 2026. And it's to meet the healthcare shortage. It's just another pathway. And then we also have the LPN to RN nursing apprenticeship program. I mentioned that last week. It started in January. Our partners are Santiam Hospital and Willamette Valley Medical Center. And again, this is to help address the workforce shortage, just another pathway. Some people get their LPN and they don't have a way to go back to school. They're working, they have families, very good LPNs, but want a way to finish that RN degree. So this is another program that Shemeketa has. And now I want to go on to the Shemeketa just got another grant. This is for $600,000 to help out from the Oregon Department of Energy grant to provide energy efficient training for our apprenticeship and pre-apprenticeship programs. And it's to partner with, create training with farm workers, housing development corporations, evolving programs to prioritize teaching community members who are low income and who speak English as their second language. And so we're proud of this too. That was another nice little surprise. So let's go on to the last one. And I want to mention here, this is about a bond that will come out in May, and it's the bond that we had put out before. And we did a survey, and what we found out is people didn't realize that this would be piled on top of the last bond that was out. It is to continue our bond from, let's see, what was the date? It was a long time ago. Anyway, it's expiring. And this bond would take up where that left off and just continue the same increase rate, which was 27 cents per $1,000 of assessed value on your property. So it's just a continuation. It wouldn't start till the other one ended. And so I want to make that clear because a lot of people thought, oh, this is going to be increased taxes. It's continuation. And some really neat things are going to happen with this. It'll give us money to expand our career technical education, expand healthcare and EMT, which we are really doing right now because there is a shortage in our area. New apprenticeship building. I love apprenticeships because you earn money while you learn. And that's a great way to do it. A lot of people can't afford to stop and go to school. So, but we have a very small, very old building right now, and we're going to increase that. During the Beachy Creek fire, Shemeketa was the headquarters for that. We used our gym, which is an air conditioned and hasn't been renovated for a long time. We also have an 800,000 matching grant from Oregon to renovate the gym. And that's on our list. And in modernizing classrooms, some classrooms don't have the technology that is needed, and improve safety, and a science center for wood burn and so on. So it's creating the workforce of the future for our community. And I'm gonna, as I said, it hasn't passed the board, which is next week, but I'm gonna give you a heads up, and I'll go into more detail in the future as we get closer to May. I'm just always so proud of what we're doing at Chemeketa, because we're meeting the needs of the community, we're innovative, and we're constantly working to meet the needs of everybody who wants to increase their education and training. So that's my report. And I am going to slip out because I have another thing to go to. But I'm really happy to be here, and happy, Cathy, that you have this wonderful program.
Well, thank you so much for coming and sharing what's going on, what the opportunities are for everybody in the community to continue to develop and build skills, educational foundations for success and going forward. So everybody in my family has been a student at Chemeketa one way or the other over the years. And so I can personally attest to what a gem Chemeketa is for individual and professional development, and really leads to a foundation of economic development for our Marion-Polk Yamhill region. So thank you so much. Safe travels in the snowy weather, and we will see you next time at the March edition of Coffee with Cathy. Thank you, Diane Watson, Chemeketa Community College Board of Education.
Thank you.
So I'm going to share a few things, what's happening around the city. And let me see if I can get the right thing up there. There we go. Change the page. So this is a picture from a recent chamber greeters. And we have the pleasure of showing off to everybody what's happening in our Civic Center under the leadership of Lily Vaughn. She is our event center manager. She and her team work really hard to make sure we have flexible spaces and smiling faces when you come and have your event, large or small, at the Kaiser Community Event Center right there in the City Hall complex. So if you are going to do an event, bring your business, family, we can accommodate and make that a wonderful experience for you. Thank you to Lily. Also talking about chamber, and again, the chamber President Jeremy Turner couldn't make it today, but wanted to share what's going on. If we have readers every Tuesday morning, so here's an example of another one coming up with Renaissance Roofing. You can find out about new businesses, growing businesses, longtime businesses right here in Kaiser and our metropolitan area at these readers and network, because we know Kaiser shows up. And just make sure everybody has this on the calendar. Kaiser Fest is back to May. After 3 years of trying on a different date, May is the time for Kaiser Fest. So May 15th through the 18th, go to the Chamber of Commerce website to get involved, find out about all of the different events that are coming back to May. At the beginning of the month, we'll also start off with the golf tournament, Mayor's Prayer Breakfast, and other events associated with the month of May. So mark your calendars for that. Also underway right now is the Kaiser Chamber Leadership Kaiser. So this is a photo of when the this cohort visited the Kaiser Police Department last week, and they had a chance to learn about how police operations work to keep our community safe here in Kaiser. Coming up also in May, as part of the whole, Kaiser Fest, all things Kaiser, will be the annual Percy auction, which provides the funding for the Giving Basket program through the Kaiser Network of Women. So put on your calendars and buy tickets soon for the Percy auction on May 2nd at 5:30 p.m. The city will be sponsoring once again with providing in-kind for the space at the Kaiser Civic Center Event Center for this event. So we love the Giving Basket program. come on down May 2nd. You'll start to see some new swag around town. Thank you to tremendous work with the rebranding, and these are pretty snazzy. I have my little, there we go, my little magnet. It's like all sorts of great swag to remind everybody what we've got going here through the Kaiser Chamber in partnership with our businesses and the city and community. Speaking of which, on March 11th, starting at 11:45, will be the State of the City address. Yours truly will have the opportunity to share with you what's going on in the great city of Kaiser. It is free to attend. If you want lunch, courtesy of Miller's Barbecue, you will need to pay for that reservation in advance. March 11th, 11:45 at the Kaiser Civic Center for a State of the City. So speaking of the city, last week we had the opportunity to do our proclamation and presentation for Black History Month. And here are a few of the folks who were able to join us, starting with Deja, who's on the left side of the picture there, Councilor Marlene Parsons' granddaughter, Amaya Young, who is Miss Marion Polk-Teen, who shared a poem, Ron Berkeley, who is with the Kennedy Family Council, and Dr. Johnny Lake, who is from here, but he is an internationally known speaker, and we had the opportunity to hear from him as the kickoff for Black History Month. So thank you to everybody who participated and made that a very, very interesting and content-rich evening. If you're looking for something for you, the kids, to be involved with and learn more about our great waterways, the Great Raindrop Scavenger Hunt is back for March. So if you go to the city website, you can find out more. There's a QR code. One of the activity areas will be Kaiser Rapids Park. So stay tuned for and learn more about the Great Raindrop Scavenger Hunt to learn about the water here in Kaiser and our region. Also, if you want to save money on your water bills right now, this is the last month for reducing your water usage, which will set your sewer rates lower for the coming year. So this is the reset season. We figure most of you aren't watering right now in your gardens and so forth. Mother Nature's doing a fantastic job in my yard. So really watch your water rate or your water usage, and your bills will be adjusted down based on your water usage for your sewer charges. Those, of course, are a pass-through since we contract with the city of Salem to operate the regional Willow Lake water treatment plant. And yes, that was an intentional joke. So, if I were mayor, this is a contest put on by the Oregon Mayors Association, of which I am a proud board member. And if you have a student who would like to participate, right now it is open. If you are an elementary student, we would like a poster on, if I were mayor, what would I like to see done in our city? If you are a middle school student, it's an essay. And for high school, it is a video essay. So go to see Kaiser.org for details and enter the If I Were Mayor contest. The deadline is about mid-March because we want to get all of those, get all the entries, and then we will have a presentation on the first city council meeting in April. The winner from the local competition will be advanced to the state competition with the Oregon Mayors Association. If I Were Mayor contest. And of course, our city staff wanted to keep safe, so we did send people home on the snowy days, but of course our public works were out, and people were able to get the services they needed. And just really appreciate our city manager posting this lovely photo from our civic center. And if you want to be in the know, I know this isn't a great picture, I'll put it into the chat about how you can subscribe to receive notifications for any of the agendas for any of our committees in Kaiser. So if you go to our city website, kaiser.org, put into the search in the know, the link for this page will come up, And then you can subscribe to any of the committees that you would like to receive the email of the agendas when they publish. That will keep you up to date. So out in the community, we've got the Kaiser Community Dinner on the 26th. Mark your calendar for that. Looks like it's going to be wonderful again. And I want to talk about a couple of neighborhood family councils. If you live in the Cummings Elementary area or where's the one for Weddell? Or Kennedy, they have neighborhood family councils. You don't have to have a student there. This is for everybody in the neighborhood to support the families and students at our local schools. Cummings is new this year, and we have just learned that another one will be coming, and that to join Cummings and Kennedy, Weddell will be getting underway soon. So if you live in the Weddell Elementary School area, stay tuned and learn more about the neighborhood family councils. Kaiser is also a proud partner with Fentanyl Free Oregon. We know that one pill can kill, so we want to make sure that we have good information out in the community about the scourge of fentanyl and how we individually as well as a community can combat fentanyl here in our community. Learn more at Fentanyl Free Oregon. So I clipped this. This is on all sorts of events up in the skies from the full moon, which we just had on the 12th. I don't know that we can see it, but there's all sorts of great opportunities for learning. If your kids can get out in the backyard, if it is a clear night. This one on February 20th, where we're going to have an alignment of the planets, is going to be really cool. And hopefully we'll have a clear night to see that. So I just thought that was fun, and I'd throw it in there. Betty, I'm going to go to you now with stuff happening at the library. Would you like to hop on here? And let's keep the pictures going.
Okay, so this is one of the things that the Kaiser Community Library does regularly when school is out, not necessarily every day, but often we will do events. And so this Monday, school will be out. And so we're doing crafting at the library from 1 to 2 p.m. So you can make a pine cone snow owl, and it should be a lot of fun to do. You can get a ticket at the front desk of the library. One of the reasons we've been doing ticketing is because we have a limited number of spaces. All of the events for the most part are free. So it isn't about paying money. It's about trying to keep track of how many people we can accommodate for whatever the event is. So that'll be a lot of fun. And a couple of other things that are on deck for the library. Adult Coloring Group has started recently. It's on twice a month on the first Tuesday of the month from 6 to 7 p.m. And then on the that looks like the fourth Saturday from 1:30 to 2:30 p.m. Uh-oh, my cat decided to come visit me. And you can bring your own supplies. And sometimes there are supplies available. So you don't have to have supplies in order to participate. So it is, I think, a lot of fun, and a lot of adults have gotten into coloring because it's such a kind of soothing opportunity. The big news is that we really have 2 new children's computers. I think you have a picture of that. Yeah. Anyway, these are bilingual, English and Spanish, and they have games, reading and math practice, typing practice, and music programs. So the front desk can show you how to use them. And we had 2 older ones, one of which wasn't working anymore, and the other one of which wasn't working very well. So we're really excited to have gotten a grant that allowed us to purchase these two computers because they're very expensive, but they're a great tool for children. And like I said, they are bilingual, so you can do it in either English or Spanish. You have that picture, Cathy.
Okay,
That-
I'm looking at, I've got it, it's supposed to be on the screen. Did not switch,
Oh, no,
didn't.
but
Well, I will see, make sure I'll stop share and restart it. Go. There it
Oh.
is.
yeah. Okay. It's a cute, I kind of enjoy this picture. It's really cute. And there, it does seem sort of strange for kids to be able to play on the computer at the library, but it is sort of learning centered, and it's a way to get your kids engaged in learning some fun things while using the computer instead of just texting to their friends. Of course, these are really designed for younger children up to age 12. But so anytime the library is open, you can come by and use those computers. And we have expanded our library hours, changed them a little bit. So we're open every day or 6 days a week, Monday through Saturday, between 1 and 3. And of course, the schedule is bigger than that. We're usually open 4 to 6 hours a day, and you can find the schedule on our website. But any day between 1 and 3 that we're open, you can go to the library and know it will be open. That seems sort of odd, but it is a change in our schedule. There will be activities scheduled, I'm sure, for children's activities during spring break. Those are not determined yet. And so you can keep track, keep apprised through the website or following the library on Facebook. So Kaiser Community Library. And then I'd also like to encourage library supporters to come to the city council on Tuesday, February 18th. The city council will be considering a resolution. People need not testify unless they want to, just be there. Written testimony can be submitted to the city recorder at visitm@kaiser.gov. And comments, written comments have to be received by 5 p.m. on the day of the meeting. So the resolution would establish a public city library in the city of Kaiser. And so this is an opportunity for the Kaiser Community Library to become a public library. There is no plan to change the operation with respect to the fact that it is a nonprofit run by a board of directors. That would continue. And but it is a way for us to access other sources of funding to help provide opportunities for people at our library. And the activity at our library has increased substantially. We just finished our year-end report, and I didn't have time to pull out any of the data, but the last 2 years we have increased quite a bit in terms of the number of books checked out, the number of library cards that have been issued, the number of people who have come into the library to use it. And we, of course, have regular computers for people to use to communicate with others. Sometimes people have an email address, but they don't have a computer, so they can use a library computer to do that. they can print out copies of things, job applications, information, research information like health information or whatever. And it's amazing how busy those computers are, I will say. So I'm going to switch over to the fire district, if that's okay. And unfortunately, you grabbed this off of Facebook. This is great. So in fact, I'm going to start with the event on February 1st. And for those of you who don't know, this is me. And I was thanking the people of the Kaiser Fire District for all of the things that they do throughout the year. And it was an opportunity for us to recognize some outstanding work of our staff and volunteers. And I just want to give a shout out. Employee of the Year, CJ Thorne. EMT of the Year, Tobias Klotz. Volunteer of the Year, Garen Smith. Firefighter, Joe Hiller, and the Chiefs Award went to Mike Jensen. So, I mean, they all do great work, and it was a really fun event, and the mayor was there. Her husband is a member of the Kaiser Fire Board, so we're delighted to have Kevin on the board with us. And so I'm going to move on a little bit. Last weekend, board member Colleen Bush, the fire chief, and I attended the Special Districts Association of Oregon Conference in Bend. They do such a great job, and this one was no different. We came home with lots of things to start looking at with our district. Colleen and I did a summary of the sessions we attended, which is included in the board packet for this coming Tuesday's meeting at 5:30 at the fire station. And hopefully you can find that packet on our website. We are in the process of having our website upgraded, but some of the work will be done this spring. And yes, I'm with you on that one. We have a great new program that's called a support volunteer program. This is for people who are 18 years and older who want to be involved with the fire district. And in my experience, some of the people who wanted to be a firefighter at 5 don't really outgrow that, but for whatever reason aren't really able to do that, or life takes them somewhere else. So this is a way to be involved and assist with events like the pancake breakfast, community education, open houses, that sort of thing. So you don't have to, it's not responding to fires or any of those kinds of things, but you are affiliated with the Kaiser Fire District. You have to be 18 years or older, complete the non-response volunteer application, and complete and pass the oral interview process, possess, maintain a valid Oregon driver's license, and pass a background check. We do background checks on all of our people. So applications are available on our website at kaiserfire.gov. And so I encourage people who are interested in fire service to participate in this. And for many, many years, Kaiser Fire was almost exclusively, well, it probably was exclusively volunteer, and they were family oriented, and a lot of the families got involved and did some of this support work. Well, now we have mostly career professionals with a small group of volunteers that participate in fire and EMT response. And so having the families involved doesn't work the same as it did back in the day. So this is a way to engage some people in the fire district. And I think I would say it should be a lot of fun too. And I'm sure you get to wear a t-shirt that says you're affiliated with the Kaiser Fire District. In fact, if I were you, I'd insist on it. Yeah. Anyway, our fire foundation is hoping to hold a fundraiser in September to help raise some money for some of the programs that they've done, such as purchasing AEDs, car seats, life jackets, and more. And so I'll keep you posted on that. And so I have one last thing. I'm sure this will come as a great surprise. I apologize. I was going to take a picture and send you, and I forgot. But I would be remiss if I did not offer our listeners a chance to purchase a Kaiser Rotary raffle ticket. Oh, which reminds me, Jose, I'll be calling you. The club has one big fundraiser a year, and this is it. The tickets are $50 each. We only sell 1,100, but first prize is $10,000 in gold and silver coins. So it's kind of a big deal, if you want my opinion. We have a second prize for $1,000 and third prize for $500. But the best part of the whole deal, if you live in the area, is that your raffle stub gets you into the raffle party, which is Saturday, April 5th, and includes dinner and lots of fun. As far as I'm concerned, it's the best party in Kaiser, and $50 is not a bad price when you consider how much it costs to go to an event these days. It does include dinner. The theme this year is Aloha Summer, so you can get out your Hawaiian shirt and wear that, or whatever casual dress you like. There will be both a silent and an oral auction. And so to purchase the tickets, you can contact any Rotarian you might know, and there are probably 50 with tickets, some of whom are looking for customers, I might say. Or you can go online to the Kaiser Rotary website, which is kaiserrotary.org, and click on Annual Raffle and Party 2025 and follow the directions. You can put in the name of any Rotarian that you might know. And of course, you can always put in my name, Betty Hart. I'm a little behind on selling tickets this year. I sold the second most last year and the year before. So I need to get cracking. But whoever you might know you're welcome to mention. And we use proceeds to do projects in the community, and you can see evidence of that everywhere you go. So far, we have invested somewhere in the neighborhood of $1 million in community projects, such as even the Civic Center at the Event Center at Kaiser City Hall, the Kaiser Rapid Parks. We did the arboretum that's there. We helped with the big toy. We helped with the turf field at the McNary. Lots of projects throughout the community, some of which are marked, say, Kaiser Rotary, and some of which probably are not. But anyway, so it's a way to have a lot of fun and help your community at the same time. So I think that's what I have for now.
All right. Thank you so much, Betty. And clearly very involved across the community in so many ways, and really embodies Kaiser, shows up. And so does Pastor Dominguez. And you've got an exciting announcement here today. What I did was I've got your, I took pictures from the website for the Poder Action Alliance. Pastor, take it away and let us know what is happening with this wonderful new alliance. You have to unmute. There you go.
Poder Action Alliance came out of a group of Hispanic leaders got together during the COVID freeze, I guess. Everything was different. Everything was quite open to meetings. And so we got together in Zoom, and a lot of leaders got together. We began to form alliances with the medical community, educational community, and we began to gather together. And the Poder Action Alliance, as the mayor has put it up there, is an alliance that has three purposes. The first purpose is to empower. Second one is to transform, and the third is to advocate. We that care about the Oregon Latino community, we know that there's a lot of need out there, and uh, forming this powerful alliance in the different areas with different professionals, people of different professions. We've launched this Poder Action Alliance. It's a statewide movement to strengthen Latino social, economic, and civic power in Oregon. And specifically, we're calling out to those that are interested in helping join Poder Action Alliance in the different areas in the economic development, supporting of Latino businesses and entrepreneurs. There's also leadership development it's going on, elevating the Latinos in key leadership roles and workforce development, expanding career and education opportunities. That's why I appreciate so much Diane Watson as she comes on and she shares about Chemeketa and all of the things that Chemeketa is doing. And, we want to tap into that and encourage that. Also, the healthcare equity, ensuring, culturally competent care for everybody. Another area, civic engagement, mobilizing Latinos to shape policy decisions that happen in our state. And a lot of things are going on. There's a lot of challenges that face the Latino community, but Latinos Poder Alliance, we know that a lot of good things are going to be coming out, and there already are. And so we were asking, let's just keep in touch. Those that are interested, those that are seeing this here, we can send you a link if you're interested in volunteering, if you're interested in providing your services to the Latino community. We really want to partner with you. We and we want to be able to work together to make our state a better place to live. And so, the area where I'm able to best help in the also, this is off the subject, but we've been getting a lot of phone calls regarding immigration law, immigration policy. I'm not an attorney, but what I'm trying to do is we're trying to get information, resources out to our community. In fact, we've been so overwhelmed as pastors with questions that, because the immigration laws are changing. There are some people that are not documented. There are those that are documented. They're in the process of getting their citizenship. And because of all the new laws that have come down, because of our new president, new administration, we're trying to keep up with all of this. And, right now I'm really looking into doing a community platform in our community where we could invite attorneys that know immigration law that would be able to help the Latino community in this area. A lot of things have been going on. It's a lot of fear, a lot of confusion in the Latino community at this time. We're trying to be a stabilizing force of peace, knowing and understanding that we have to fulfill and the laws of the land. And so we're trying to give out as much information as we can give out. We've provided some cards on knowing your rights. We've also have forums that we're giving out to people that are interested in keeping their assets if they're going to be deported. And so we're looking for a venue. We're looking probably in March. And I think I'm going to go down to City Hall, and we're going to have a City Hall gathering where we can have a platform. We can gather the Latino community, as well as give out information, resources, help for people that have questions. And I think that that would be a great thing. So we're looking at March. We already have an attorney, several attorneys that are going to be coming. We've got interpreters, and so we just need a venue, and we're really looking forward to getting information out into the community. That's what I appreciate so much about Coffee with Cathy. Information about what's going on in our community is a great thing.
Pastor Jose, may I interrupt you, please? Because I received a message
Yes.
from my friend Myra Rosales, and there are a couple of meetings scheduled, one in Salem and in Woodburn, to it on the very subject of knowing your rights. And that it will be know your rights and protect your family. So the one in Salem is on Friday, February 28th from 6 to 8:30 p.m. People can register. I'm going to forward this email to both of you. They can register online, and then the location will be disclosed. And then on Saturday, March 1st, from 11 to 1:30 in Woodburn. And again, if you register for that location, you'll be told where it is. And I can appreciate the concern about just not making that available to everybody. These events are organized by Health Equity Coalition of Marion, Polk, and Yamhill counties in collaboration with the Kaiser Community Library and Oregon Law Center. The particular invitation that I have is in both English and in Spanish, and there's a PNG that's offered here to Cathy, I'm going to send this to your location, to you as the mayor, and then Pastor Jose. And so it is on its way as we speak. I haven't opened up the attachments, but they look like they're sort of pictures, Cathy. So if you can, bring that up. And then, so that's pretty exciting, I think. And I apologize for not sharing it earlier with you.
Information is power.
Appreciate that.
So great information that we can share. I will pop it into the chat after we go off the air so people can follow up with that with more information. We want to make sure people have facts. That is so empowering. It helps people know and understand what's really happening in our community. Things do happen quickly. And one of our jobs as in our leadership roles here today and in doing this broadcast every month is to make sure that we empower you, our listeners, and our community members with what's really going on. So together we can build community and build a welcoming place for everybody in our community and continue to be the place where pride, spirit, and volunteerism includes each one of us.
Yeah. And the Kaiser Library does have a list.
I really want to say thank
of
you to everybody who's been on the broadcast today. Go ahead. Go ahead, Betty.
Oh, sorry. I was going to say the Kaiser Library does have a list of resources for people who, to know your rights and other considerations that you might have if you're concerned about that. So you can ask for that list at the desk at the library. It's also will be posted, I'm sure. And it is, I can't even begin to say what a sad time this feels like, because people actually who have been here in some cases for generations are at risk as much as people who have come more recently. And whether or not, I mean, even, you know, good citizens who have contributed to their families and their communities. And it just breaks my heart, just breaks my heart.
Well,
I
Pastor?
appreciate you giving out that information. One of the things that we don't want to do in the Hispanic community is we don't want to be doubling up on information. You know, what we
Yeah.
want to do is we want to work together. If I
Yeah.
could, Cathy, if I could say a word in terms of, you just said something about truthful information. There are some people out there in the community that are not giving the Hispanic community correct information. I just want to, in Spanish, I just want to share with them the importance of giving out factual information. This is very, very important. Solo quiero compartirles a ustedes, los oyentes que nos están escuchando el día de hoy. Es bien importante que usted dé información correcta y verdadera. No saque algo de Facebook o de la medios sociales y luego lo ponga en Facebook o lo empiece a diseminar a la gente. Asegure que la información es correcta. No queremos causar confusión. We don't want to create confusion. We don't want to create fear that shouldn't be out there. No queremos crear temor. So, por favor, no ponga cualquiera cosa o diga cualquiera cosa segunda mano. Asegure que cuando usted va a hablar es la verdad. And so, yeah, one of the things that we're doing, and I'm going to give a message out to the pastors too, if I could, in Spanish. Pastores, aquí estamos. Mi nombre es José Domínguez. Yo soy pastor en la comunidad. Tenemos información que le puede ayudar a usted para dar información a su gente que necesita, por lo menos, contestar esas preguntas básicas de sus derechos. Queremos ayudarles. Estamos aquí. We wanna help you as pastors to try to navigate and try to come up with solutions to the changing laws. And it can be done. And we're trusting God for that. And so thank you. Thank you for the time, Mayor.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I was kind of moving a little too fast. I want to make sure that the message that you both had to share gets out there, and that we as a community, who we are as truly community. So let's go ahead and wrap up today's broadcast for February of Coffee with Cathy. If you've got other questions, please put them into the Facebook feed or email me at clarkc@kaiseror.gov. And it is always a pleasure to bring this to you, our community, Coffee with Cathy, each month with my friends Betty Hart from the Kaiser Fire District and Kaiser Community Library, Pastor Jose Dominguez from La Luz de Valle Church and Poder, and Diane Watson from the Temecula Community College Board of Education. And we hope to have some of our other local elected officials come online for future broadcasts, and watch for Coffee with Cathy in-person events that will start popping up around town over these next several weeks, so we can connect in person, because that's where we can really build relationships. Thank you all very much. Have a great day, and we'll see you next month on Coffee with Cathy.